Hello everyone, Nursky coming back to you guys here with another Gamecast fresh off of MLG Orlando. Must say I had an amazing time at MLG Orlando, so really looking forward to just getting back to doing some normal casting for you guys. Just so that everybody can kind of just, get back used to some of the regular stuff. Plus I always like to stay fresh, I mean, a lot of this YouTube stuff is for my own benefit just as much as everybody who views its benefit. So anyways, before I get into the introductions here, as I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit, just as a quick thing to everybody who watches this on YouTube, I am trying something a little bit different. I'm trying to do all of my Gamecasts via Twitch TV. The tentative idea that I have is I'd like to set a couple of days a week, like say Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, I don't know. But basically 3 days a week where for about an hour or two, depending, I haven't decided what the timing exactly is going to be. I would do all of my casting for my YouTube, also live on my Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Nursky. And so people could tune in live and watch these on my stream, or people could tune in to these via my YouTube to just check them out. But I have to make sure that the YouTube quality is at least good enough that you guys aren't going to absolutely hate these videos on YouTube. So please do give me feedback. Let me know what you guys think about these games and the quality of them as far as it goes for the YouTube people to make sure that it's viewable. It is being streamed. It's 1080p streaming. So anytime you're streaming, though, it is going to degrade quality a little bit. So it won't be perfect quality, but I would like to know if you guys think it looks pretty good. So anyways, getting into this game, first off, spawning as our yellow Zerg player, we're going to have TypePheonix and his opponent spawning down to the south here as our pink Protoss, the pretty and pink Protoss, they appropriately named pink. This game is a single game from a tournament that I believe I recently casted. I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes my replays get a little bit mixed up. But this is going to be a one-off game, best of one series. Do see pink, interestingly enough, going to be going with the Nexus into Forge, so very greedy expansion there by Pink. I do think that on this map he might be able to get away with it, but we do see that Phoenix went gas into Pool, has gotten that fast metabolic boost up, so is going to have link speed relatively quickly, so potentially could apply some pressure to Pink early on. Now, if we look at the vision of Phoenix right now, he does have an Overlord starting to come over in here to skirt the edge of Pink's base, but actually has no idea yet what Pink is up to, so has no scouting information just yet, so not building a lot of links yet, just getting out 6 links to try and mow down this pylon as quickly as possible. Have seen Phoenix play a lot, does tend to go with a lot of links early on in the game. So pretty standard stuff for him so far. Looks like he's going to be moving around. Now that it looks like that Overlord just now skirting the front of Pink's base. Yes, it is. He will see that Nexus completing. So we do see he is moving out now. Is going to start working on these gold rocks. Now, I don't necessarily mind this at all. I've been seeing a lot of Zerg players do this on these maps like Shattered Temple, where you don't really want to take this base as your third. And we do see Pink actually scouting to see if he takes this as his third, just because it spreads you out a lot. And as Zerg early on in the game, late in the game, once you have some decent amounts of units up and such forth, not a bad thing to spread yourself out, but very early on in the game, a lot of times you don't want to spread yourself out too much, just because you don't have a lot of defensive forces. So I do like this move by Phoenix. Just start working on the rocks at the gold. It looks like he's actually just going to put down a macro hatchery, a ret hatchery, if you will, over here at this gold. Has become a little bit more standard for Zerg players to do that. Meanwhile, Pink, we see no upgrades just yet out of the force. Let's just have that one gateway. Getting out a lot of probes very early on. Starting to stockpile up some gas. If we look at the harvesters, we can actually see Pink with a pretty sizable lead right now. 29 harvesters to just the 20 of Phoenix. So getting a nice lead early on in this game. We do see Phoenix is going to be getting on a relatively quick evolution chamber. Wants to be safe in case he sees any kind of Stargate play or DT play out of Pink. Does have very good positioning with this Overlord. Will help him spot in case any buildings try and get hid in that area. Would like to see him get this single Overlord over here. Maybe move down towards the edge of the base in case he needs to sack an Overlord. Maybe even move this Overlord down to spot for the third. But otherwise, not looking too bad right now. Do you see right now is just building a lot of drones. This is exactly what he should be doing. That third expansion over here by the gold is about to finish up soon. May even take a relatively fast hatchery at the gold now. He does have room for it. I think that is exactly what he's going to be doing. Yes, he is. so don't mind this at all. 4 fast hatcheries, has a macro hatchery already out. Is going to be getting the very fast +1 Ling upgrade, so definitely going to be going with this new style of play that you see a lot of Zerg players using, which is these very Ling-heavy base styles. I've seen Phoenix play a lot. Really likes these Ling-heavy base styles. Do see the Twilight Council now going down for pink. Not sure if Phoenix actually said yes, he can. So he will know that Twilight Council is down. So probably will throw down some detection pretty early on here. No additional buildings up for pink just yet. So pink being very, very economical right now. Very good thing for pink that Phoenix did not get super aggressive with roaches or anything like that, because he probably could have broken pink's front. Especially on a map like Shattered Temple, where you do have a little bit more wide open natural than on some of the other maps. I do see Phoenix right now, though, looks pretty content to just keep droning up. No other tech really in sight just yet for Phoenix. Building 4 Overlords, a little bit of a supply block there for Phoenix, so a little bit of a misstep. Now we do see finally some tech getting on, as he does go for his Baneling Nest. Do have the +1 just about to finish up for pink, and also adding on Blink, so it looks like we're going to get a very fast Blink Stalker play here out of pink, but interestingly enough, taking a very quick robotics facility as well. So might be gearing up to play defensively here and actually just try and take a quick third. Now we do have Phoenix being active with these Lings on the map, already working on knocking down these destructible rocks to the third of pink, while pink actually taking a lot longer time with these sentries to work on getting his destructible rocks. So right now Phoenix actually not looking in a bad position at all. Do have some Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers coming up for defense. Do like that move by Phoenix. Did see the Twilight Council, and those DTs could come really at any time in the game. So getting up a little bit of detection, always a good move, especially when you are still primarily working off of Hatch Tech right now. Hasn't started a layer at any of his bases just yet. Building up a decent amount of Lings right now in case there is any kind of a mid-game push, but really right now just focusing on his economy otherwise. Has knocked down these rocks to the third. Pink nearly has knocked down these rocks, but you can see these sentries do not get this done quickly at all. So they're going to be working on that for a while yet. Now we do see in the base of pink, he has just now added on some gateways. Does have his first observer just now coming out as well. Started his +2 upgrade immediately. Blink just about to finish up. So we'll be able to move into some kind of robotics tech behind this, along with having these couple of gateways to produce some actual ground army. That first observer moving out. Going to try and spot exactly what Phoenix is up to. Hasn't seen Phoenix's bases for a while. Just briefly saw that macro hatchery go up with that probe that he had hidden near where he thought Phoenix would originally expand to. And now we see him trying to take his third, but actually going to have a huge Ling run by force fields go down by pink. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to clean this up completely. Does manage to save all the sentries though, but now these Lings are going to go and try and run by over here into the natural. Going to try and get a lot of these probes down if he can, but we do see the probes retreating, and Phoenix very smartly is just going to move over here towards the main base of pink, try and whittle down a couple of these probes. We'll get at least a couple of these with these Lings. Has a good amount of Lings. You see him not actually engaging these Lings at all just yet, and now it looks like he finally should clean up these Lings, but no, we do see Phoenix right away going to pull a couple of Lings back. But he has pulled the army of pink out of position, and we do see yet another Ling run by gearing up to come over here and run into the third again. Going to try and focus down one of these pylons. Will break, yes he does. Now that did delay him a little bit so that the sentries could get over here. Did get off a single force field, a couple of Lings get through, but very good hold there by pink. So it looks like pink's actually just going to turtle up a little bit here. Try and get to a larger army before he actually pushes. Don't necessarily mind this style of pink. A lot of Protoss have been playing this more turtly, passive style of play. Instead of getting really aggressive with their opponent, instead they just try and play really defensively. But now we see Phoenix has had enough. He wants to get aggressive here with pink, trying to focus on these buildings and take a couple of them down. Pink blinking just a few of his stalkers forward, and that will stop Phoenix for now. I do see that the centrifugal hooks for the Baneling speed on the way. Do have ventral sacks for drops and the +2 attack for Lings upgrade on the way as well. Also now throwing down his infestation pit. Does have double evolution chambers up right now, getting the very fast 2-2. That Baneling speed just about to finish up. Moving a lot of Lings over here in position to attack this third once again. Now he does have up a fairly decent wall. A lot of cannons over here and pylons. So I'm not sure if Phoenix is going to try and get through there or not, but he is moving around, and now, oh my lord, tons of Banelings getting morphed in now, as you can see on the screen. We got like 16 17, 18, 19 banelings being morphed in right there. As you can see on the production screen as well. If you look at the units tab, almost no units really out for Pink just yet. And now positioning the rest of his lings over here towards the natural of Pink as well. And now those banelings are going to come over here into the third, and they will break a big hole, but they might get the sentries. Oh my god, they get all but one. They get all the sentries go down for Pink. That is a huge loss, losing all those sentries. Not very good force fields at all. And now we see Phoenix getting ready to run in here. He's going to try and break into the third once again. It almost does, but does not quite do it. Can break down the gateway. Does indeed break it down. This is going to force Pink to reposition his units, as we now see Phoenix moving into the third, doing a lot of damage. Now here comes the army of Pink moving in, but over here at the front we have a lot more banelings morphing in. Might be going after natural. We'll have to wait and see what he does with those extra banelings. Getting a couple of probe kills. Probe kills now up to 24 workers killed for Phoenix. And now we do have those banelings moving out, going to be moving into the natural as Phoenix tries to get even more aggressive. Will break down the couple of pylons, will end up doing some damage there. Going to go after the probes. Will Pink be able to get those away? It looks like he might be able to get those away. Banelings getting oh so close, but no, does manage to escape. And he will get away with those probes, so he does manage to save the rest of his probes, but a lot of damage done there by Phoenix. Phoenix being very aggressive with these banelings and these lings. No hive tech behind this just yet. Has gotten those pathogen gland upgrades. No really any spine crawlers out on the field just yet either. We do now have the robotics bay going down for Pink. Not really sure he put it. There it is. Is researching at thermal lances, even added on a second robotic facility. Now getting double Colossus coming out. A lot of gateways getting added on here so he can really ramp up his production. If you look at the income tab right now, sitting on 6,500 harvesters to the 95 of Phoenix, and it actually looks like Phoenix, those ventral sacks and those upgraded drops are now done. It looks like he's gearing up to do a drop over here into the main of Pink, so it's going to continue this aggression as Pink trying to do some damage to him anywhere he can. 5 infestors on the way, Spire on the way, as well as Hive Tech, so it looks like he is going to be moving towards Broodlords very shortly here. Pink reacting very quickly, pulls all those probes out of there immediately. Do see the links now down in the base. Should be able to clean those up relatively easily. Now he does have those Colossus on the field. And now that those first couple Colossus are on the field, that is when Phoenix is going to need to start getting a little bit worried. Wouldn't mind seeing him throw down some additional spine crawlers. He has way too many drones as it is, sitting on 97 harvesters. You just throw up a spine crawler wall to defend your bases, but surprisingly enough, Phoenix not actually doing that just yet. Does have his hive just about to finish up. Spire should finish up at about the same time, so he can immediately morph that Spire into a greater Spire. So there it is. There the hive has completed. Not starting the greater Spire just yet. Not even 100% sure where he actually placed greater Spire. There is actually Spire. No greater Spire just yet. Is poking forward. Going to try and break into this third once again, and actually does manage to break down through. Might actually get a couple of probes this time. Will indeed get a couple of probes. So applying a lot of pressure right now to Pink. Pink taking a lot of damage. But really, one thing that Phoenix is going to have to worry about rather soon is that he's not really doing a lot of damage to the army of Pink. Mostly doing economic damage with these links. So it looks like he's going to try and break through into this third again. Applying a pressure with a lot of links. Now moving into this third. Going to try and get more of these probes. We look at the income tab down to 56 harvesters right now is Pink. Look at the workers killed. 42 workers killed so far for Phoenix. Phoenix just doing a lot of damage with these baneling run-bys. Now picking off a couple of stalkers. Does look like Pink is going to have to commit a few more forces to this attack than he has. And now we actually see Pink starting to move out, and actually there's still no spine crawlers for Phoenix. Now he does have a couple of these infestors out on the field. Do have fungal growth, no neural parasite though, and he's actually put down an ultraless cavern. Has not even started a greater spire. This ultra cavern is not going to be ready for this push, and right now Phoenix is going to have to actually be a little bit careful. Does get a couple of good hits in, but a lot of them hitting those Archons, which is not the units you actually want to hit. Now throwing down a lot of infested Terran with those infestors. Not sure if they're going to get the damage done or not. Colossus do clean those up relatively quickly. Those infested Terran trying to get some damage done. Not going to actually kill any of the Colossus. And actually, Phoenix could be in some trouble here. This is why I said he really needed to get down those spine crawlers. When you have those spine crawlers walls, it can delay these pushes long enough to buy you the time that you need to get up the hive tech. We do see a lot of lanes in production. That ultraless cavern has completed, but actually not building any ultras whatsoever. Just right now building lings and banelings. Has a lot of these banelings building over here at his natural. This is a lot of banelings though. That third has been taken down for Pink. He did lose that as he did not reinforce his position. Now reinforcing all of his units forward. Wisely, Phoenix just burrowing all of his drones to try and save them. There is no detection following this army, even though there is detection with this army. A couple of banelings moving and splashing on the Archons. That is the last unit you want these banelings to hit. Now a couple do get through, will get to these couple of stalkers. Right now, Pink with a 91 supply army, but Phoenix's supply dwindling. Zealots now over here in the natural. We see a double expand play over here by Phoenix to this corner. And right now, Phoenix really has no answer to actually deal with this army of Pink. Pink now moving forward, doing a lot of damage, killing off everything that Phoenix is making. Now finally starting to build some Ultras. Luckily for him, a Ling over here at this base. Would be very disappointing if any of those Ultras were building over here. Going to lose his Spire now, as well as is not the position you want to be in. A lot of Zealots trying to move forward to take out some more of this mining. Spinecrawler's trying to go down, but I do not believe they're going to be able to get down in time. And we do see right now Pink just mowing through the forces of Phoenix. Phoenix might actually end up losing this game when he was getting ready to transition. Ultras did not hit the transition in time to actually do the damage. Do see Pink now moving out. Looks like he's going to gear up to go after the remaining bases of Phoenix. Looks like he wants to go for the killing blow and try and take out the main of Phoenix if he can. So we do see him moving around. Phoenix does have a couple of units over here at this third base to try and deal with these Zealots, but he will lose the base, so the base does go down. So another base does go down. He does still have 2 hatcheries remaining and his main, trying to build some more Ultras as well. You do see all these units building over here in his main. Now loading all of his drones up into his overlords. Very smart move there to get those drones out of there. But it does look like Pink is going to be able to smash through all this. But at the same time that this is going on, Pink actually has no mining of his own right now. Very minimal mining. We do see just now finally a probe transfer. A couple of Lings trying to get in, but this Archon actually should be able to deal with this pretty nicely. So Pink just now readdressing that macro issue. So getting behind his macro a little bit. Was not really getting ahead while this was all going on. And now we actually see a couple of Ultras and some Lings breaking in here to the natural of Pink. Now, Pink only does have just a couple of buildings over here. Does not actually really have any ability to do anything over there. And we do see Phoenix now moving his overlords over here to this close air position, dropping down an additional hatchery. This army is fairly immobile of Pink. So Pink right now in a bit of a base trade situation. Looks like has a lot of units now streaming in over towards the natural Pink. So it looks like we are going to be in a true base trade situation. Pink really didn't get his macro problems addressed when he did push out. Took a lot of damage from those Ling run-bys and is now in a base race situation here with Phoenix. He does have the superior army count right now, has a lot of Colossus, has those Archons and Stalkers to support, now doing damage over here at this last remaining base. Does manage to take out the Ultralists done, so that will prevent Phoenix from making any more Ultras. A couple Lings are going to spawn, but really not going to serve to do much more than actually slow things down. Now we do see the Ultras and Lings moving over here towards the main of Pink. Not very many buildings remaining, no mining at all on the map for Pink, and we do see he is now going to be pulling back. Looks like he is going to move to try and defend himself. Meanwhile, we do have Phoenix taking this expansion over here, so he does have some harvesters left, so he could resume mining if he wanted to. Do not know if he has any harvesters left anywhere else on the map. Looking around here, I do not actually see any harvesters burrowed anywhere. So it looks like he just has these harvesters that are located over here. Lings have now killed all those buildings. Do have those couple of Ultras moving in, and if Phoenix smartly going to actually pick up those Ultras, Colossus will not be able to get to them, and it looks like Phoenix actually going to retreat. He did manage to save all of these drones over here, though. So he does have additional drones as well. Moving some overlords over here now. I do see the forces of Pink moving out. He is trying to corner Phoenix's army if he can, but he needs to defend this. This is really the only buildings that Pink has left anywhere on the map. Is now moving out, going to finish off that spawning pool. So spawning pool will go down, and immediately Phoenix going to be moving back into the main base of Pink. Wants to try and finish off this base if he can. Do you have those Lings coming in? Going to finally clean up what should be the remainder of Pink's probes. Yes, that is. So you have 32 harvesters for Phoenix right now and 0 harvesters for Pink. Phoenix does have a mining base over here. He has restarted his spawning pool as well. So right now Phoenix does have some semblance of an economy, but we do see Phoenix very smartly picking those units back up. Does not want to directly engage the units of Pink if he can. Do have those Blink Stalkers moving out separately with a couple of Zealots. Looks like they're going to start cleaning up the rest of the bases of Phoenix. We'll get a couple of Overlords as well. He has a couple of buildings remaining over here in the main. Did get that single extractor, so that will take care of those buildings. So these are really the only other buildings left besides this main that Phoenix has put up. And Phoenix now using those drones that he had hid over in the corner and has dropped one and has sent it over here and is spreading his bases out. Very smart play in a base trade situation here for Phoenix, but Pink being very smart, leaving his Archons and these Colossus over here in the main to defend against the very few units right now that Phoenix has available to him. A lot of these units are actually drones, so not going to be a whole lot of help offensively. So really the bulk of this army is just a handful of Lings, a Queen, and 2 Ultras. So he does need to be careful with these units. Does not want to actually drop these into range of these Colossus. Needs to get these backed up and actually loses one of the Ultras. So now down to 2 Ultras remaining. Now we have Pink actually moving in here to this base of Phoenix, but the Colossus aren't with these Stalkers, so these Lings might actually be able to clean up these Stalkers. He's going to need to get off good blinks here, losing a couple of these Stalkers and then blinking them away, taking some damage. Really is going to need at least a Colossus, if not a couple of the Colossus, to actually clean these up. We see Pink actually moving around, trying to shadow these units of Phoenix, is paying very close attention to where Phoenix is going with these units, trying to make sure he can keep in range. He needs to be careful, might actually drop these on top of these Archons. He needs to be careful, could lose another one of these. Yes, he does actually lose some more of these. Now just 1 Ultra remaining and a handful of Zerglings. We do see a lot of Zerglings still running over here towards the 3rd. Looks like he is finally now moving out. His Colossus supporting, going to try and do the damage he needs to do to get this destroyed. He is going to be able to take out this base, but we do see that Phoenix has actually lifted up all of his drones once again and does have this base over here at the top. Expansion now moving in over here towards the main of Pink with these couple of Lings doing a run-by. Does now drop his last Ultralistic as well. That will help to get these buildings down a lot faster. Buildings now falling down. We do see Pink actually turning around, has destroyed this base, but Phoenix still has 1 base remaining. Now moving over here to try and defend. Just a couple of buildings remaining. Just now 2 buildings and 1 building and 2 extractors remaining. Down to 1 extractor. Here comes the Archons. Here comes the Colossus. 1 building goes down. Just 1 building remaining left for Pink. Can Pink actually save this building? And no, and there's the game. And Phoenix ends up taking the game in an epic base trade over Pink. Wow. Absolutely great play there by Phoenix. Ends up taking this game. Don't know what else to say about this game. Just great play overall by Phoenix. Pink made a bit of a mistake. Left his main undefended long enough for Phoenix to move in. And Phoenix takes the win with this single expansion hatchery remaining. So thank God for Phoenix that he got up that hatchery. Because had he not, Pink actually would have won a straight up base race against him. But very smart positioning there with his units. Manages to take out all of the units of Pink and wins the base trade quite literally with just 1 building remaining. So congrats to Phoenix on the win in this matchup. Guys, please do remember to send me some feedback if you are watching this via my YouTube as far as the quality of everything goes. Make sure that it's good enough for you guys to view. We'll be potentially setting up that show times of when I'll be doing just live casting, and then of course it'll be archived onto my YouTube for you guys. So for now, guys, this is going to be Nursky saying peace easy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me at Twitch TV/Nursky, and for now, guys, I'm out.